All right, back with an NFL preview. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The 2020 Super Bowl winning Bucs team will always have a special place in my heart and for a lot of the members of the Betting Network Discord community I run. A bunch of us had future bets on them we made before that season started. That version of that team is long gone, and really it was a disappointing ending to the Brady era. The Bucs snuck into the playoffs with an 8-9 record last year and got blown out by Dallas. But if you look back at that Bucs season last year, they could have very easily been just a 5 or 6 win team if not for multiple last-minute drives by Brady. Tampa Bay won 4 games where they had a win probability of less than 35% in the fourth quarter. That was tied for most of any team. Bucs finished the season with a negative 45-point differential, largest by any playoff team, and it was actually the worst point differential in their division, and they won their division. Can't imagine that's happened too many times. Now the Bucs have the biggest drop-off at QB by far, going from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask. Ever since Mayfield's one good season with the Browns, he's been bad, ranking 32 out of the 34 eligible quarterbacks in success rate. Kyle Trask is still kind of a mystery, only 9 career passes, but they do have weapons at wide receiver with both Mike Evans and Godwin. This should give them a shot when trailing in games. The coaching staff last year for the Bucs was pretty much a disaster between offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich, play calling and design, or head coach Todd Bowles' in-game decision-making. No team punted more often in one-score games and on 4th and 2 or less than Tampa. That right there is called negative EV decision-making for sure. No guts, no glory. You know, the Bucs will have a first-time offensive coordinator in Dave Canellis, who comes over from Seattle. And actually, the Bucs heading into this season kind of remind me of how the Seahawks were perceived heading into last season. Canellis was in Seattle's system for 13 seasons as a QB coach or passing game coordinator, and typically with first-time offensive coordinators, they bring a similar style with them of their former team. The Bucs with Brady last season were lopsided, second in the league in pass rate, and 30th in run rate. It's tough to run the ball when you have the 32nd ranked run game and finish dead last in explosive play rate. That's sure to change this season with a more run-focused offense. New offensive coordinator Canellis has already talked about how the QB in his offenses is like kind of interchangeable, meaning he's not building the offense around Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask. Head coach Todd Bowles will now have a lot more influence over the team and play calling now that Brady's gone. Not sure if that's a good thing or not. The defense was solid last year. They finished 11th in expected points added allowed. And they did it against the 4th toughest schedule of opposing offenses. Majority of key players are back, and they used their first-round draft pick on defensive tackle Kalijah Kancey, who could be a sleeper for Defensive Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. He had one of the best combines for a defensive tackle in the last 20 years. Bucs have a fairly easy strength of schedule, too. Based on my power ratings, I have them with the 8th easiest strength of schedule. I have 7 games where the point spread is 3 or less either way. They'll play 4 rookie quarterbacks plus Ritter and Love. Toughest scheduling spot for the Bucs is in Week 11 when they fly cross country to play the Niners, and then they fly to Indianapolis to play the Colts, who are coming off a bye week. So it's kind of a tough spot there. In 2020, when the Bucs won that Super Bowl, they finished as the healthiest team in the league, but the following year and last year, they haven't been as fortunate as injuries continue to just pile up, especially on the offensive line, where 3 starters missed at least 4 games last year. On defense, their best pass rusher, Shaq Barrett, he tore his Achilles in Week 9. Defensive tackle Vita Vea missed 4 games, and their 3 best defensive backs all missed 4+ games each. So they should get some positive regression with injury luck. With a win total listed at 6.5, I have to think 7 wins are achievable, but definitely not something I'm looking to bet. That's it for the Bucs. I got the Raiders up next. Until then, good luck with your bets.